Hello, my good people. Welcome to TTM Creatives. Currently, we are at Ahero Irrigation Scheme, and we are here to find out a lot about rice farming in Ahero. We want to understand how rice is being produced, the process of cultivating rice, and how rice it is marketed. And so, currently, I'm honored to be interviewing Kennedy Ouma, who is the manager of Ahero Irrigation Scheme. So allow me to introduce him and actually tell us more about himself. Mr. Kennedy.
Okay, my name is Kennedy. I'm the manager Western Kenya Schemes, and this is a Hero Irrigation Scheme.
Okay.
Hero Irrigation scheme that was founded way back in 1967. That's when construction began, and in 1969, that is when the first cultivation of rice began. The scheme has a gazetted area of about 5,500 acres, but the area that it is cropped is about 2,168 acres. So basically here, the main crop is rice, and we depend on water that we abstract from River Nyando through pumping using electricity.
Okay.
That water is raised to the main canal, and it is able to flow by gravity.
Okay.
So farmers are in Ahero we have about 12 blocks, which now farmers are organized into various groups. So as I said, our main crop here is rice, and in a season we produce close to about 7,000 metric tons, right, per rice season. And basically here we normally do the non-aromatic, the dominant varieties, non-aromatic variety like IR, we have ITA, ITA, we normally do BW, but currently what we normally do is Kwamboka variety. Kwamboka is a semi-aromatic variety. But also farmers, they do Pishori rice, which we normally call it Basmati. Okay, rice, but that one is a small quality. So the non-aromatic variety which I'm calling IR or Kwamboka is a high-yielding variety. Farmers normally get close to about 3.2, 3.5 tons per acre, compared to Basmati, where they normally get about 2 tons per acre. But the beauty about the Pishori Basmati, right, has a ratoon. It normally ratoons. So the scheme is we are organized in a manner that farmers have various institutions. We have Irrigation Water Users Association that is in charge of water management. We have a Dispute Resolution Committee, which is in charge of resolving disputes that may arise as we carry out operation. Then we have farmer groups, which is they are responsible for production and marketing.
Okay.
Also, we have cooperative, Ahero Cooperative Society, which is also responsible for production and marketing. So the two groups, Ahero Cooperative and Arborio, in fact, the groups are the ones which are responsible for production and marketing.
Okay. And as the manager of Ahero Irrigation Scheme, what is your main responsibility?
My main responsibility here in Ahero is to support in terms of operation and maintenance of irrigation infrastructure. Especially now, as I say, we have the irrigation infrastructure here. We have the pumping station, which use it to extract water to a main canal. Then from there, we use those conveyor system within the scale So our responsibility is to ensure we work closely with the farmer. This is as part of approach to ensure that we operate and maintain the infrastructure. Of course, the farmers pay a fee to support this activity. Farmers here currently they pay 5,200 per acre season for operation and maintenance. Yes.
Okay, and how do you usually coordinate with the farmers, maybe or in rice farming?
So as I say, we have farmers institution, those that I had mentioned before. What we normally do is that when, especially when we begin a cropping calendar, we normally have consultation with the farmers through their leaders. We normally convene a meeting where we discuss our cropping calendar and we agree with the farmers before we now approve it and roll it out now to the for implementation. So every decision we make, especially all those that are starting on farmers issues, we have to engage with them directly or through their leadership.
Okay, and about rice farming, you say that before you are going before you begin and the rice cultivation, you usually agree in when to start, isn't it? And what about the type of rice that should be cultivated? Do you also decide on which rice that that you should focus on? Like, do you have a maybe specific rice due to maybe climate conditions or whatever?
Yeah. As I say, we have various varieties,
Okay.
different varieties that can be grown here.
Okay.
What we normally do is that we consider various factors, like the marketing of those varieties, maybe pest and disease, and the persistence, and even the production part, the yield. So what we normally do is that before we begin a cropping program, we normally have a lot of consultation, engagement with the farmers to agree on which variety they need to be able to crop. Of course, we have a team of agronomists here who normally advise the farmers on the best variety, how they need to be able to manage that crop. So once they agree on the variety and all other aspects in terms of production, and of course the production cropping calendar, now when the right time comes, we implement. But of course, we always work closely with the leadership of the farmers. The farmers set the representative whom we work closely with. And also, it reaches a time we normally have a farmer general meeting where now we engage with all the farmers on all the aspects of scheme. Yes.
Okay, and about irrigation, do you usually supply water to all the farmers who are planting rice, or there are specific maybe those who have registered with you?
All farmers within the scheme, they are our farmers. That's why we say before we begin cropping program, what we normally do is that we engage them, we agree on the timing. So if a particular block has maybe 200 acres, what they need to do is that once we agree when they are going to begin the production, then these farmers, the first thing they need to do is they have to pay operation and maintenance fee. Because that is the facilitation that will enable maintenance of the infrastructure. Then now, of course, we will have agreed on the crop they have to grow. So as we now come in to support in terms of maintenance of the infrastructure, and now what that time comes, we give water to all the farmers within that particular block. So every farmer in that block has to grow.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So as a okay, as the Office of Ahero Irrigation Scheme supporting farmers. So how do you usually gain from that? Because maybe while supporting the farmers, maybe there is something that you are targeting from them to. You support them with water, and maybe you support them with the idea or advices on what rice to plant, on when to plant. So on your side as the office of irrigation scheme, how do you gain from that?
You know, Ahero irrigation scheme is being supported
Mhm.
by National Irrigation Authority.
Okay.
The National Irrigation Authority is an agency for government.
Okay.
So, uh, under government agency, these are more non-profit organizations.
Okay.
We're here to support the farmers, to produce and the country,
Okay.
to address the issue of food security, address issues of employment,
Mhm.
address issues of industrialization,
Mhm.
yeah, and of course, income that farmers will be able to get. Okay? So, uh, we endeavor to provide the best service to farmers.
Mhm.
That's why we are working close to the farmers in terms of production. Yeah. To address the issue of food security in this country. And we are playing that role because you see, currently the world or the country is facing various challenges, these climatic issues. But irrigation is the only way that can be able to guarantee steady supply of food and even raw material to our industries. Okay.
Okay, and what are some of the challenges that you face as this team?
There are various challenges that the scheme face. One of the challenges that we are using pump, pumps to obstruct water. We are using electricity
Okay.
to obstruct water from the dam, which is a bit expensive because every month we pay close to about 2 million Kenya shilling just to for electricity bills. And you see now that is very expensive compared if it was gravity system. Yeah? So that is an area that we have also a big challenge, but there is an intervention which is being done. Currently, we are working the government with the support of Hungarian. We are now installing the solar system.
Okay.
So at the pumping station, we are going to have a hybrid system where now during the day we can utilize the solar energy to abstract water from the then at night, if we will have to pump, then we can revert back to the electricity. And that one will lower significantly our cost, our electricity cost. That is one. Number two is this scheme, this is kind of canopy. And sometimes when there is heavy rainfall in an escarpment, all that water they normally flow to this area and cause flooding. And when floods happen, it will normally destroy our infrastructure, education infrastructure, which again becomes very expensive to restore back. So floods is another big challenge we are facing in this. The other issue in terms of production is pest and disease, especially the pilea bugs. It comes a time when we normally have a high version of these pilea bugs, which normally destroy farmers. Of course, the crop protection unit has been helping us to be able to control time when, in case there's a delay in control, farmer normally will suffer big losses.
Okay. Okay, and about floods, how do you usually prepare against flood? Maybe just there's a rain, there's a
So,
pardon. Okay, about floods, how do you usually prepare against it? Because I believe by now you have that system. Maybe there's rain coming soon, maybe in few months to come. And how do you usually prepare for that?
okay, we what we normally do is that we have a plan of maintenance of also infrastructure,
Okay.
and sometimes we have to ensure that we deceive
Okay.
some of our major drains, so that in case we face the challenge of floods, that water can easily be evacuated from the scheme. But of course now, the O&M that farmers pay may not be adequate to do most of the maintenance that we need, because it's highly subsidized. That's why we sometimes also appeal to government to continue supporting this scheme. Unless now farmers, pay what they're supposed to pay. For this scheme, farmers need to pay close to 20,000 shillings per acre per season for personal maintenance, which is very high. They have to pay. But you see, what they are paying is 5,000 shillings, which I may say it is almost 20% of what they're supposed to pay. And that one may not be adequate unless the government also comes in and give more support in terms of operation and our preparedness in terms of we face the challenge of flood, like what happened recently.
And after the production is successful, do you also intervene in maybe helping them to multiply the rice or that is not in there?
Yeah, we what we come into, of course, now also linked to farmers to various market outlets also. Issues of production and marketing that evolve. But we have a responsibility to advise, have a responsibility to facilitate the farmers and to lead them to the various market outlets, which we normally do.
Okay. Okay, and in summary, can you brief us the process of rice cultivation from the early stage up to production?
So what normally happens is that farmers they normally come and buy certified seed. Then once they get that certified seed, they soak maybe for 2 days just to break that dormancy. Then they sow in the nursery for about 21 days maximum. Then they transplant it into the main seed bed. Then after around maybe 14 days, they do first application of fertilizer.
Okay.
Then after 21 days after transplanting, they do spraying, the first spraying. Then maybe after about 50 days after transplanting, we do another split fertilizer. Then after around 60 days, we do another split of pesticide control. Then the crop would be now approaching brooding stage. Then when the crop is at grain filling, we have to engage somebody to support the process of protecting the crop from birds. We call it bird scare. Then after that, when the crop is ready for harvesting, currently we are mechanized. Farmers are using combined harvester now, like what used to happen in mining, to be able to harvest rice. Once the rice is harvested, the farmers bring to the grind floor for dry. They package and then they sell to whoever they want. They can sell to the rice mill, which is local here, or other private buyers who may come and buy and go and mill elsewhere.
Okay.
Yes.
And maybe for that person who might be interested to start rice cultivation, so what are the necessary weather conditions that is suitable for rice farming?
Whether, this is irrigation.
Okay.
Even if it is very dry, as long as you have water.
Okay.
Maybe the only challenging part is when it is very cold during the booting stage. The crop will undergo what we call it abortion. It is not going to feed. Yeah. But the beauty about Western, we have favorable weather conditions for them. Maybe apart from this challenge of flooding and all. But the weather is good, conducive for rice production around the year. Yes.
I think that's all for now, and this has been a very wonderful interview. And we are looking forward to come back again, maybe in a season where rice has already grown, and maybe that will be very wonderful. Okay, so thank you. Then. So guys, tuko kwa shamba ya mchele and so we've met one of the farmers. Huyu ni mkulima anapanda mchele hapa, na ningependa kumuuliza mawili matatu, atuelezee like inachukua muda gani kupanda mchele and then wanavuna kwa season gani, na also the types of mchele zenye huwa wanapanda. So maybe for introduction unaweza tuelezea unaitwa nani?
Yeah, I'm Vincent Uchingo Kot from Block A.
Block A.
Yeah.
Okay, so hapa nini season ya kupanda mchele inakwanga which month?
Tunaanza na mwezi wa April. It will take 4 months to harvest.
Oh, it takes 4 months?
Yeah, to harvest.
Okay, na maybe unaweza tuelezea process ya kupanda mchele inaanzanga at which stage? Like nini ndio mnafanya ya kwanza, like ndio prepare for ndio shamba ikuwe prepared for kupanda mchele?
Tunaanza na preparation. Tunapiga turbo.
Okay.
Na dawa inaitwa turbo. Then after that we go to tunaweka maji.
Okay.
Then after maji we rotate. Then after that tunatengeneza nursery.
Okay.
Weka mbegu. Then after that tuna transplant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Na unaweza tuelezea like types za mchele zenye huwa mnapanda ni gani?
Tunapanda Ahero, Basmati, Komboka, ni supayar.
Okay, ni hizo.
Yeah.
Na after mshavuna hizo mchele huwa mnajimarketize aje? Like mna market aje mchele mmeshavuna?
Market ndio problem. We depend on people from Uganda. Yeah.
Okay, so tuseme example, naona venye hapa kumegawanyika hapa hivi, sio?
Yeah.
Hii place yote inaweza toa mchele kiasi gani? Yenye separate na hiyo tumtari.
So hii inatoa lori kama 20 hivi.
Hii peke
Gani?
like
Eka moja. Unaweza toa 40 bags.
40 bags.
Yeah.
And then hii shamba yote venye iko hivi area
Yote 20 lori.
Okay. Na maybe ukituelezea vizuri like mkishavuna, si ndio?
Yeah.
Price ya hapa inakuanga aje like kwa nyinyi wenye sasa mnauzia watu kwa market?
Yeah. Tunauza tu padi. Tulime siagi nauza tu padi mchele.
Okay. Okay. Na mnaiuza how much? 50 per kg.
Yeah.
Na after kuvuna mchele kuna mahali penye mnaenda mnasiaga, I mean kuseparate hiyo ni chafya yake na mchele yenyewe?
Hapana, tunauza tu padi.
Okay. Okay. Asante kwa hiyo and maybe kama kuna jambo lolote ama advice yote unaweza pia mwenye anataka kufanya kulima mchele?
Lakini mchele si ngumu sana kupanda. Lakini inahitaji pesa, kuwe na pesa.
Okay.
Inahitaji pesa. Zile kuwe na around 100,000.
Okay.
To transplant 1 acre.
Okay. Yeah. So mchele, unasema mchele kazi yake ni ngumu kuliko zingine, tuseme kama hii ina cost
Yeah, ina cost.
Okay. I think ni hayo tu kwa sasa. Na asante. Na by the way, jina lako kwa msemo?
Vincent Uchingo Kot.
Vincent Uchingo Kot.
Yeah.
Vincent, asante kwa wakati wako.
Yeah.
Na natumai tutakuja kukutana tena siku.
Sawa.